Canada is often described as a land of boundless opportunity, a stable G7 economy with a high quality of life and a welcoming spirit. For thousands of aspiring entrepreneurs every year, it is the place where dreams are meant to take flight. But beneath the surface of this peaceful nation lies one of the most sophisticated and strictly enforced regulatory environments in the world. In Canada, business is not just about the exchange of goods and services. It is a legal social contract built on the pillars of transparency, safety and fairness. Most beginners believe that a good idea and a bit of capital are all they need to succeed. They are mistaken. In this country, the law doesn't care how hard you work if you aren't working within the rules. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the silent rules of Canadian commerce. We are uncovering the legal traps that can bankrupt a new venture before it even opens its doors, and the secrets to building a legacy that lasts.
This is the Maple Frontier, and your journey into the heart of Canadian business starts now. The first legal decision an entrepreneur makes in Canada is perhaps the most consequential: how to define the business's identity. Many beginners choose the path of the sole proprietorship because it is simple and inexpensive to set up. But there is a hidden legal cost that few realize until it is too late. In a sole proprietorship, the law sees no difference between you and your business. If your business fails or faces a lawsuit, your personal assets, your home, your car, and your savings are all on the line. Contrast this with the story of a small software startup in Waterloo. They chose to incorporate at the federal level. Under the Canada Business Corporations Act, an incorporated company is treated as a separate legal person. It can sign contracts, own property, and be held liable for its own debts.
When the startup faced a massive breach of contract claim in its second year, the owner's personal lives remained protected. The secret here is that in Canada, the state rewards those who build structured, transparent entities. Incorporation isn't just a tax strategy, it is your first and most important line of legal defense. In many parts of the world, hiring a worker is a simple agreement between two people. In Canada, it is a high-stakes legal relationship governed by the Employment Standards Act. Canadian law operates on the principle that the worker is the more vulnerable party, and the state provides them with an invisible shield. Beginners often make the mistake of misclassifying workers as independent contractors to avoid paying benefits or taxes. Consider a new restaurant owner in Montreal who hired 5 contractors to wait tables. To the owner, it seemed like a smart business move. To the Ministry of Labour, it was a violation of the law. Because the owner controlled their hours, their uniform and their task, the law deemed them employees. The owner was forced to pay thousands in back taxes, vacation pay and penalties. The secret to scaling a business in Canada is understanding that the law expects you to be a guardian of your employees' rights. If you treat your team with legal respect, the system will support your growth. If you try to cut corners, the system will eventually find you. Canada has some of the most robust consumer protection laws in the world. Here, the caveat emptor or buyer beware philosophy is largely replaced by a culture of corporate accountability. Under the Competition Act, a business must be absolutely truthful in its advertising. Bait-and-switch tactics, or even slightly misleading price tags, are not just bad for your reputation. They are illegal. Think of a small electronics retailer who advertised a 50% off everything sale, but hid the fact that most items were excluded in tiny, unreadable font. In Canada, this is considered deceptive marketing. The law requires that any conditions or limitations on a sale be clear and prominent. The secret no one tells you is that a Canadian customer's greatest weapon is their right to be informed. Building a successful business here means adopting a truth-first policy. When you respect the consumer's intelligence, the law remains your ally. In the Canadian economy, your most valuable asset isn't always something you can touch. It is your intellectual property. Under the Trademarks Act and the Patent Act, the law provides a framework to protect your innovation. Many beginners make the mistake of launching a brand before conducting a trademark search. Consider a small boutique in Calgary that spent thousands on signage and branding, only to receive a cease and desist letter 3 months later because their name was confusingly similar to a registered federal trademark. In Canada, first to use carries weight, but first to register provides the ultimate legal shield. The secret to a lasting business is securing your intellectual property early. Whether it is a unique logo, a proprietary software code, or an industrial design, the law is designed to reward those who take the formal steps to own their creativity. Your physical presence in Canada is governed by municipal zoning bylaws. You cannot simply run any business from any location. Beginners often sign commercial leases without realizing that the city may not permit their specific activity in that zone. A commercial lease in Canada is a complex legal contract where the principle of tenant beware often applies. Unlike residential tenancies, commercial landlords have significant power. The secret to navigating the zoning maze is the conditional offer. Never sign a binding lease until you have written confirmation from the municipality that your business is compliant. In Canada, the land itself has a legal destiny, and your business must fit into the city's master plan. In Canada, every business with over $30,000 in annual revenue becomes an unofficial tax collector for the government through the GST/HST system. Under the Excise Tax Act, you are legally required to register and collect these taxes on behalf of the Canada Revenue Agency, CRA. The secret that saves businesses from ruin is meticulous record keeping. The CRA has the legal authority to audit your books for up to 6 years. Beginners who treat their business bank account as a personal piggy bank often face direct liability, where the government can hold you personally responsible for unpaid corporate taxes. In Canada, the law views tax compliance not as an option, but as a fundamental duty of citizenship and commerce. For many, a business is more than a livelihood. It is a pathway to permanent residency. Programs like the Startup Visa link your entrepreneurial success directly to your immigration status. The law requires that your business be innovative and supported by a designated organization. The legal trap here is maintenance of status. If your business is found to be a sham or merely a vehicle for immigration without real economic activity, your status can be revoked. The secret to business immigration is authenticity. The Canadian government looks for genuine intent to create jobs and contribute to the local economy. When your business thrives, your future in Canada becomes legally secure. Canada has some of the world's strictest digital marketing laws, known as KSL, Canada's anti-spam legislation. It is illegal to send commercial electronic messages without expressed or implied consent. Imagine a new marketing firm that bought a list of 10,000 emails to jumpstart their sales. Under KSL, each unauthorized email can carry a fine of up to $1 million for a corporation. The digital secret is the opt-in culture. Canadian law prioritizes the privacy of the individual over the convenience of the marketer. Building a digital audience here requires patience and strict legal adherence to consent protocols. Even if you follow every rule, things can go wrong. This is where professional liability, or errors and omissions, E&O insurance, becomes a legal necessity. In Canada's litigious business environment, you can be sued for the advice you give, not just the products you sell. Consider a consultant who gave financial projections that turned out to be incorrect. Without E&O insurance, the legal fees alone could bankrupt the firm. The secret to long-term survival is risk mitigation. The law expects professionals to uphold a standard of care. If you fail that standard, insurance is the only thing standing between your business and total collapse. We have walked through the corridors of Canadian law, from the foundation of incorporation to the complexities of digital privacy. Building a business here is a marathon, not a sprint. It is a commitment to the maple frontier, a place where the rules are high, but the rewards are higher. Do not view these laws as obstacles. View them as the guardrails that keep your journey safe. When you build with integrity, you are not just building a business, you are building Canada. You are creating jobs, fostering innovation, and contributing to a legacy of fairness. The road is long, the rules are many, but the opportunity is limitless. Your seat at the Canadian business table is waiting. Take it with confidence.
Welcome to the future of Legal Secret. Building a business in Canada is one of the most rewarding challenges you will ever face. It is a journey that requires more than just a product. It requires a commitment to excellence and an unwavering respect for the rules that keep this society strong. Every regulation you follow is a brick in the foundation of your future success. Do not be intimidated by the complexity. Embrace it as the very thing that ensures a fair playing field for everyone. If you approach the Canadian market with honesty, preparation, and a deep respect for the law, there is no limit to what you can achieve. This is your time. This is your frontier. Go out and build something that lasts. Welcome to the world of Canadian business.